What's going on, everybody? Welcome to 3J Sports, brought to you by Galveston Pepper Company. You can watch this episode on YouTube or Spotify. I'm your host, Jared. As always, alongside me, Jonathan, Jeremy. How you guys doing? Remember to always like and subscribe on all platforms. And what, Johnny? Hit that bell.
Ding ding.
There we go. Guys, obviously, we've seen the excitement today. I'm freaking out. I've been waiting to get on this with y'all, and we've just been seeing all the news channels. Pat McAfee calling it BS. This can't be happening. Stefon Diggs has been traded to the Houston Texans. Dude,
Yes, sir.
I know we kind of talked about it a little bit before, and I thought it was just going to be us, hey, we're just sitting back until the draft. But then now this morning I look at my phone. I see it on the score app. I'm freaking out. I'm like, okay, I'm texting the guys right now. I hit y'all up, and now we know it's all true, man. It's going down. We got Stefon. Jeremy, how you feeling about all of it, dude? We were pretty stoked this morning, huh?
Yeah, man, I'm still stoked. The vest was working, man. He now we see what he was doing behind the scenes, man, and we got a three-headed monster plus Schultz, plus Mixon, man. It's CJ's happy. CJ's just the whole time. He's probably, man, he probably can't come down from the cloud he's on right now.
Dude, he's got to be freaking out. You know who else is probably freaking out? Old Bobby saying, hey, I stayed and they got me another weapon to use. Let's go.
For sure.
Johnny, what you got on it, man? What you got, some info on me?
Oh, yeah, just a great, it's like who you're going to cover, one of those things. So I was excited. I was looking through some of the stats, touchdowns and receptions and everything. And he, dropped off a little bit last year, but, he's still – averaging like career 9-10 touchdowns a season, about 1,000 yards. Better seasons. Yeah, a couple more than that. Yeah, so Kirk Cousins, Josh Allen. You talk about passers. I think Stroud is better than them as far as passers. So it's a good problem to have. It's a great problem to have.
Yeah, I'm pretty still in shock, like I was saying earlier to Jeremy. But man, it's just mind blowing. We got him. I just didn't. I know we talked about it. It was like, hey, he's out there. They were kind of talking about how him and Josh Allen were having issues or maybe issues, and everybody blew it off like it wasn't anything. And then now everything's just kind of come to a head, and it happened, man. And What was it? What exactly got traded again, Jeremy? It was just one pick for.
Yeah, so we gave up our second round next year, and we got Diggs, and then let's see. I think this year a sixth round pick. Yeah, 6th round pick this year, and next year a fifth. So basically, the deal we traded for our first round pick, what everybody was like, man, we traded down. Well, that extra second round pick for next year, that's what got us Diggs.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's big.
Yeah, I was surprised that they even looking at the details of it. I was like, okay, some of these NFL trades, man. I just being honest, I'm just like, I don't, it's like you want him out of the building that bad, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is his attitude an issue, or his gameplay obviously speaks for itself. The man's a beast on the field, and he can fly around, make catches. Huge catches, big plays, just a huge playmaker.
It's got to be something because they're keeping. Remember how we talked about Cousins and the huge dead cap? Let's see, Diggs were down $31 million in dead cap to trade him. So they wanted a fresh start. They wanted and Diggs, but thank you for trading them to us because that's perfect for us. Man,
dude, the
weapons everywhere. Yeah,
well,
weapons everywhere.
You got to wonder, Jeremy, I had a question for you.
Yeah.
You got to wonder, I haven't heard anything about it, so I'm assuming it's not the case. But as far as, do you have any no trade clause or anything like that?
What's crazy about the contract, which I actually just looked into a little while ago. So he's traded, and it's what's the deal? A 4 year, $75 million, right? So he signed for 4 years. But here's the great thing. If he does come in, he doesn't buy into D'Amico and Stroud and what we're trying to do here. And I don't know. He could be a great teammate. He could be whatever. I have no idea. But after this year, there's no more guaranteed money. So we can literally, all right, man. So it's a, it's a low risk, high reward. The worst is you lose a second round pick. The best, you get a perennial All Pro who still has juice. He's one of the top 5 route runners in the league. Tank Dell, like
He's
Tank Dell's right
unbelievable.
there too. You got Nico. I mean, Noah Brown still. Like we're loaded. Mix
Yeah,
it
the
gets to the
I
Schultz,
backfield.
mean,
Schultz. Who are you going to guard?
Schultz
Who are
run
you going to
option
guard?
routes. Yeah.
uh,
And all 3 of those guys, like say Tank Dell, his next year, I guarantee you, he could be a number 1 player, number 1 receiver. So we literally have a chance to have 3 number 1s on the same squad with CJ
that's
Stroud's
crazy.
accurate ass throwing to him. I'm
Yeah.
excited, man. I can't wait.
I mean,
Yeah,
Slovak's got to be chomping out of the bit right now, to get
Oh
ready
yeah,
and getting, he's probably like a kid seeing his first pair of
yeah.
teeth growing back in on Christmas.
Oh,
Oh man,
I
he's
thought you were
freaking
going
out.
somewhere else with that, but yeah.
Keeping it PG.
Keep easy,
But
keep
yeah,
easy.
dude. Oh my gosh. I mean, the guys in the locker room, I would just be so. I mean, and Mixon, he comes in and he's like, "All right," and then you got Diggs coming in. I mean, just the everybody's attitude and just the way they feel has to be
Yeah,
on.
and
I mean,
and
oh my, they can't wait to get on the
crazy.
field to get some OTAs in, man.
It's nuts, and you're bringing in a guy who the past 4 years has led the NFL in receptions. All 4 years, the most receptions in the league. So I mean,
Yeah, what he
route
had last
runner.
year, he had
What was this receptions and yards?
1,100 last year. So in Buffalo, he's had 1,500, 1,200, 1,400, 1,100.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
you
he
want to
was a
say
beast in Minnesota too. Yeah, he was a
yeah,
beast there.
he's averaging touchdown wise. He's what's his average? Not sure, but it's around 10. I mean, he has
Yeah,
67 touchdowns over 8 years, something like that. So
yeah. We're plus. I was going to say too. With this trade, I think we have 11.45 million left, right? So I could definitely
Okay.
see them restructuring his deal to
Yeah.
get. We just restructure Titus Howard and got like 12 million or whatever.
mhm.
So restructure Diggs. I mean, I really don't think he's going to cause a problem this first year, and he could be a great fit. Like D'Amico is a leader of men. I'm not talking about his old
Oh yeah.
coaches, but
Oh
I
yeah.
think D'Amico is a different breed. So,
Learn from
it's going to be
Saban.
different. So you give him 2 years, and then it's time to start thinking about obviously paying CJ. But we're stocking up with all these players and all this money, and it's coming off the books when we have to give him the money. We decide who we want. Nick's cooking, man. The vest is cooking. Like, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah. What a great moves. I mean, it's like just the master plan that we were wanting to, it's like now it's unfolded and we've seen it. And I mean, all I gotta say is A plus. We took this whole freaking off season, dude. Like
Oh
this
yeah,
is
Yeah,
unbelievable.
100%.
I mean,
Yeah.
everybody was worried about Saquon, and it's like, did you see what the Texans have done?
right.
Everybody is on notice. I
Because
mean, I know
yeah,
obviously we need to worry about our division, handle up, and do our thing. But do you think we have I mean, does anybody have a? I don't want to be that cocky going into it, but this offense and defense is looking pretty legit.
dude, it's ridiculous. Like it's set up perfectly, and
I guess we're just confident, baby.
we weren't supposed to compete. Like Pat McAfee said, we're supposed to be a dumpster fire. We're not supposed to be this
Right.
good already, and we are. So it's
Yeah.
it's everyone's talking about us. Everyone is starting to be if not a fan, respecting us. We're getting respect back in the H, which is humongous.
Well, it also makes you realize good hires. It's
Oh,
like
for sure.
it can be done. I mean, look at the Bengals, like 3 or 4 years ago. Went from 3 and whatever to Burrow getting hurt and then the Super Bowl next year. So
Yep.
it gives a shining light to doing things the right way and putting the people in the right places to make things happen. And if you get a little lucky, you can put it together and then
Yeah. Exactly.
and just keep building. I mean,
Yep.
won the offseason for sure. I mean, defense made all those upgrades. Offense, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm almost just like, just draft the offensive linemen. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like it's
it's like best available.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost like we weren't worried about the draft. We're like, we're gonna make moves, guys. Don't y'all worry.
We're
We're gonna be
good.
ready.
I
Yeah.
mean,
And then the draft is just a compliment to whatever I'm sure to what obviously the master plan here is. It's just unbelievable.
yeah, and the thing is, we were all kind of bummed we didn't get Barkley, obviously, but here's the thing.
Right.
If you get Barkley, you don't get Stefon Diggs most likely. That's too big of a contract.
Yeah.
So do you rather have Barkley or would you rather have Mixon and Diggs?
Exactly. And I guess right now the only other team that's young doing this kind of moves would be because I was hearing it earlier, the Packers with Jordan
Yeah,
Love,
for sure.
with Josh
Oh,
Jacobs going. That's a compare. Somebody had called that. They said Packers Texans. It was
yeah,
like okay, that's kind of cool. But obviously, KC is the one
well,
to
yeah,
take the
yeah,
crown from. Their crown is secured tightly on their head. They're running it. They've been doing it. So that's the competition level we're trying to get to. To be
yep,
that good. And then
uh,
who else? The Ravens.
yeah,
We have to
yeah,
beat
for
the
sure.
Ravens, and obviously just taking care of every game. But
Well,
But
it's
it's
also
a
so
tough
nice.
caboose, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
touching on the Packers with Love. I mean, they impressed the heck out of me. Definitely.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's like move on from Rodgers, and then I can't remember. I heard some crazy stat during the Cowboys win in the playoffs, and it was like I don't know if it was the receiving core or their roster. I want to say it's more receiving core, but like their average receiving core is like 21 or 22 years, something crazy, or 23 years old, and
Right.
everybody's balling out under, Love being able to do it, and they got, maybe Rodgers was the problem. I don't know, but it's cool to see them move away from Rodgers and have success with a young team, and know it, prove it can be done,
Yep. And that's the
Yep.
comparison I've heard as far as like the exciting moves, the teams to watch, and obviously we did our thing last year. We plan on doing it this year, and what they've done is just beautiful. So definitely looking forward to it all unfolding for the 24 season, baby. But
definitely.
All right, switching gears. The kickoff, the tackle rule. I guess let's start with the tackle rule. John, you want to take this one? You got any info on that? Exactly. I know the penalties is 15 yards if you do it, but give me some more stats or whatever on that, man.
Okay, so I don't know. Jeremy may be able to answer this when we pass it off to him. I know the kickoff rule is just a 1-year thing. I'm assuming the tackle rule is a full rule now. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy to me. I mean, it's. Saw JJ Watt tweeted. I don't know if y'all saw that as one step closer to flag football or putting on the flags, and it's just one of those things where it's just like.
Speaking of what?
What?
JJ.
What?
Down for what?
Turn it down. When that song was playing in the stadium, and
Oh man,
turn it down for what?
Everybody's
always setting it off.
Jamming.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
the bull blowing fire.
Yeah,
Gotta love it.
No, even Watt tweeted on it. It's just I can understand the horse collar. I can understand that. But that was only made for one play when what's his name was it Des Bryant?
Not sure.
Broke his leg on that play when the guy horse collared it. And that was literally like kind of like the Brady thing where it was one.
Oh, Dak.
No, it was
not Dak.
Cowboy receiver. It was Des Bryant or I want to say it was Des Bryant, maybe not. In that time frame, but that's when they changed the rule.
It wasn't a catch. It wasn't a catch.
But they made the rule off of that, which I can understand. Grabbing the shoulder pads. But I can see that. It's ridiculous. It's like, what do you like? So now you can't tackle.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where it's crazy. Like that, if you're a young player to play defense, like why would you want to play defense?
Yeah,
you can't even everything you were taught, you can't do.
It's like
yeah.
It's like they're teaching y'all now. Okay, like you can't tackle from the shoulders and above. You can't tackle from the waist down now. So it's like literally you're only tackling aim is just torso, and then don't lead with your head, or don't hit them. Don't hit them when they're not looking with your helmet. It's like it's crazy. It's crazy.
The new rule is pretty soon you have to ask for permission to tackle them.
I heard
You're
that.
like, is it okay? Is it okay? I'm going to put my hands here. Is it good? Yeah, you can't. No, it's just it's ridiculous. Because the thing is, I'm not against the tackle. Like, John, we were talking about before, what's it, like 1% of plays that it happens or something really low, right?
Yeah, so so I did a little research here. So, so I looked at the average. I took the average number of tackles per team per season, right?
What? Rain Man.
Right. So you multiply by 24 times pi, you get the eclipse. You look into the eclipse. No,
nice.
Okay. So
April 8th.
April 8th.
Watch out.
So there's 272 games regular season played, right?
All right.
Okay.
40 tackles per team, so that's 80 tackles on average per game.
Okay.
Times 272 is so there's on average there's 22,000 tackles in an NFL season, right?
Okay.
Okay, so then you do your little Rubik's Cube, moving around, blah, blah, blah. I saw a number. There was 230 tackles that happened in that fashion that caused players to miss time. But they don't specify if it was one play or they broke their leg. That's, pretty big difference.
It's in between.
In between. I mean, let's not give all the full facts to try to justify what we're saying.
Yeah.
So anyways, you do the math, it comes down to players that got hurt on a tackle like that, over 22,000 tackles was about 1%. 1%.
Yeah.
So now we're changing the game on somebody who tackled the right way and give up a personal foul 15-yarder, which is huge.
Right.
Automatic first down, which I think that's trash. If it's 4th and 35, you shouldn't get a first down. But anyways, so 1% of the time that's been an issue in the NFL season, and it's
shake
crazy.
My head.
So basically, if you're in the playoffs and Mahomes is running, just push him because they'll call that. Because now a ref can just say, "Oh yeah, that was hip drop," or that was anytime. Like you're trying to tackle Derrick Henry, right? You got to do anything you can to tackle that guy. Like you're putting money in his pocket, saying "Stop, please," anything. You just it's just crazy because this opens the door for what's next year. Like really, what's next year? What are they going to do then? So I don't know.
And here's one of my points too is that you should make the personal fouls reviewable, right? You're putting so much weight on that to do that, but somehow they review whether it's a target or not. So if a personal foul is called, they review it to see if they want to make it more of a consequence, but they never review it when they completely miss it and look like idiots for even calling it in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
Have it happen. It's ridiculous. You should make personal fouls reviewable. 100%.
Yeah. Just make it all reviewable. The NFL loves commercials. Just add a few more. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, we'll run one of the ads. We'll do half price. Let 3J out there. We'll run the reviews. Yeah.
Just a quick one.
Just quick one, man.
Just some tickets or something. But
But now I wanted to touch on where you saying about the kickoff. So I don't know if y'all heard this part. Okay, so obviously, John, you said kick from the 35, right? And then the defense lines up at the opponent's 40. So the whole key is no head start. So that eliminates, everybody getting the crackbacks and all that, right? So here's the craziest thing I saw about that. So even though it's going to lead to more runs, maybe not long runs, but you can pick a seam. So it's good. It's not as many touchbacks. I'm all good with that. That's fine. Let's try it out for a year, right? Here's the dumbest thing. You are not allowed to onside kick, because I was wondering about that, because you're so far away, right? You can only onside kick in the fourth quarter when you're down. And here's the thing. You have to declare it to the umps, and I guess you have to make it known to everybody. That way there's no surprises. What?
Like the Lions and Cowboys game?
Yeah, like what? God, So we'll see. I hope there's a lot of touchdowns, but I would throw somebody like Pierce back there that can run over people. You break a tackle and catch a seam, you're gone. But I don't think there's gonna be more power returners, I think, because the speed guys, I mean, it's gonna be hard you're not gonna be able to get to the outside when there's no head start.
Right.
So anyway.
It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, that's crazy to me because you're like, what do you're like, just get rid of kickoffs, like just.
I love kickoffs growing up.
Me too.
But Hester, freaking Dante Hall, Mel Gray when I was little, Dion when I was little, like I'm showing my age, but still, like great returners.
Pull it back to college. Peter Warrick.
Bro, Peter Warrick. People don't talk about Peter Warrick enough.
Peter Warrick, good Lord.
God.
That man was an animal.
Deshaun Jackson, I think the best.
Deshaun Jackson. McCaffrey.
Yeah. Devin Hester, Hall of Famer.
Oh, Hester for sure.
Not really, who has the most missed tackles on a kick return? I mean, a punt return. It has to be Peter Warrick.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He had that one where I swear it looked like he ran back and forth across the field about 4 times and then finally scored, or got only 5 yards, one or the other.
Yeah.
Sometimes they work their butt off and only get about 5 yards, but.
Yeah, here's my thing too. My thing too with the, like Jeremy was saying, so it's only in the fourth quarter when you're down. What are you talking about? It's with the rules that I disagree with. I'm not trying to. Well, I'll talk about this later time, but it's kind of example towards like after under 2 minutes you can't challenge. The challenge has to come from the booth. It's like, why are you changing the rules at the you think? So a touchdown scored in the first quarter isn't as important as a touchdown scored in the fourth quarter? I don't understand.
Yeah.
You're literally changing the rules of the game through the game.
Right.
I'm just like, anyways.
I mean, how many times have we talked about every play should be reviewed if it has to be? Like every play matters, just like in the basketball or anything we've talked about.
Yep.
And then don't even get us started on the football with the putting the GPS on the. Unless we want to come up with that ourselves, we'll figure it out. But how they can't ever figure out where the ball is. It's like, come on, for the first downs or the touchdown line, It's
it's like the referee running 7 yards behind the ball carrier, and he gets tackled and magically knows. He runs up and just puts his foot down, and we're spotting the ball here. It's like, okay, that's a big lot of guessing going on there.
Well, first he has to talk to Vegas. He's like, what was that? 35? Cool. All right.
Shorter. You got it? Move the chains?
Yeah.
Move the chains. Yeah, move the chains.
Yeah, we're good. Oh, man.
Every time.
But here's the thing, though. We love the game so much. We're going to bitch about it. We're going to deal with it every time because we love the sport. And I just really hope it doesn't end up in flag.
It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right.
I think so, too.
Well, shoot. Let me ask you a question, Johnny. If I'm looking for some pepper sauce and I'm in Galveston, where am I looking for some Galveston pepper sauce at? Where am I looking for that, buddy?
Their hot sauce?
Yeah, where am I looking for that?
You're going to look for that at Masio's as their exclusive retailer right there on the island. And they have a bunch of good products as well besides the hot sauce. They make their own spices. It's a spice and emporium.
Nice.
Pretty cool little shop. So if you're ever down there, spring break, summer, go check it out, pick yourself a bottle up, and check out what else they have down there. Cool.
That's it. As always, this episode is brought to you by Galveston Pepper Company. Guys, appreciate you. Till next time, 3J, we're out.
Sir.
Yes,
3J.
Sir.
This episode of 3J Sports is brought to you by the Galveston Pepper Company.